Drop a like and do share. Leave your comments and do not forget to subscribe for more videos.
Thank you for watching Edupedia World videos. In this video, we will be learning about assessment of growth opportunities for SBUs. Assessing the growth opportunities. Assessing growth opportunities includes planning new businesses, downsizing the current businesses, and terminating the older businesses. Planning new businesses, that means that you are exploring the opportunities of the market. Downsizing the current businesses, that means that you are resisting the threats. In a way, you may be also buckling under the pressure of the threats. And terminating older businesses, that means that you are divestment or you are divesting. That means that you are pulling out the money that you have put into the business, shutting down the offices and layoffs. So this is about the termination of old businesses. If there is a gap between the future desired sales and projected sales, corporate management will need to develop or acquire new businesses to fill it. Gap analysis is a tool that organizational managers they can use to work out the size and sometimes the shape of strategic tasks to be undertaken in order to move from its current state to a desired future state. So a strategic gap refers to the gap between the current performance of an organization and its desired performance as expressed in its mission, objectives, goals, and strategy for achieving them. It may happen that a strategic gap may transform into a strategic stretch. The figure illustrates this strategic planning gap for a major manufacturer of white GSM paper notebook brand called as Classmate. The lowest curve projects the expected sales over the next 5 years from the current business portfolio. The highest describes the desired sales over the same period. Evidently, the company wants to grow much faster than its current business will ever permit. A strategic gap refers to the gap between the current performance of an organization and its desired performance. So, strategic gap analysis is the evaluation of difference between the desired outcome or an actual outcome. The difference is called the gap. This is called the gap. Strategic gap analysis attempts to determine what a company should do differently to achieve a particular goal by looking at the time frame that the management or the budget or other factors they are permitting. And they have to also calculate the risk and the opportunities that the market is giving to them. After conducting this analysis, the company should develop and implement the plan to eliminate these gaps. For example, if a small proprietorship restaurant wanted to become a top tourist destination but currently only serve local food and some special foods, so a strategic gap analysis for that restaurant might be looking odd and there might be a huge gap between the current portfolio and the desired portfolio. So in order to fill that gap, there has to be some major changes that the company owners or the restaurant owner has to do. These changes might include relocating to an area with more tourists, altering the menu to appeal to out-of-town visitors, hiring more staff so that restaurants may become more convenient for travelers, and so on. The analysis would also determine how to make these changes. If a business doesn't know where it stands in relation to its goal and objective, it is likely that they will not achieve them. So you have to understand where you are standing right now, what is your objective, what is your goal, what is your mission and vision, and then how you can achieve that desired sales. So strategic planning gap is very important to the corporates so that they can understand their intensive growth, they can have an integrative growth, and they can have a diversification growth. Let us see them one by one. How can it fill the strategic planning gap? Intensive opportunities, integrative opportunities, diversification opportunity. The first option is to identify opportunities for growth within the customer businesses. For example, a Classmate notebook may have some spiral notebooks, may have some corporate diaries, or may have some drawing books as well. So intensive opportunities. Integrative opportunity, the second is to identify the opportunities to build or acquire businesses related to current business. For example, say engineering drawing paper sheet as well. or maybe carbon paper, or in other words, they may have some opportunities that they can explore within the stationery industry. The third is to identify opportunities to add attractive unrelated business. That means that diversification opportunities. Let us have a view of intensive growth. Corporates management's first course of action should be reviewing of opportunities for improving existing business. That means intensive growth, which relates to whatever they have right now in their hand, whatever resources they have right now in their hand, whatever finance or whatever plant of manufacturing, whatever human resource they have right now in their hand, they should concentrate on those resources and search out for the ways to increase the market share. So one useful framework for detecting new intensive growth opportunities is a product market expansion grid, which will be learning in the further videos. So it considers the strategic growth opportunities of a firm in terms of current and new products and new markets. So company first considers whether it could gain more market share with its current product in the current market using a market penetration strategy. Next, it's considered whether it can develop or find new markets for its current product that are already existing products in a market development strategy. For example, Tata, which is manufacturing Tata 407, that is light commercial vehicle, it is already successful in India. Now, exploring the new market would mean that without changing any structure of this particular light commercial vehicle, that is Tata 407, they may explore new markets, that is South Africa or maybe China or maybe Indonesia, and then they will sell the same product which they are selling in India but in new markets. So that is how they can, with the same product, they can explore the new markets, and that is done by market development strategy. It all relates to product market expansion grid, where you are using the current product, you are exploring the new markets. You are gaining more market share with your current product. You are finding or developing new market for your current product that is already existing. Let us take the example of ESPN. ESPN, which stands for the Entertainment and Sports Programming Network. It was launched in 1978. One of the first broadcasted sporting contest was World's Strongest Man. Through its singular focus on providing sports programming and news, it grew into biggest name in the sports. In early 1990s, the company crafted a well thought out plan. Wherever sports fan watched, read or discussed sports, ESPN would be there. It pursued this strategy by expanding its brand into number of new categories, and by 2009 it encompassed 10 cable network or 10 cable channels, a website, a magazine, a restaurant chain that is known as ESPN Zone, and more than 600 local affiliates. Originally, it started with just one single program, and now it is big. Now, and they have their own original movie and television series, book publishing, and a sport merchandise catalog as well. The intensive growth of Classmate Notebook. They can show the benefits of using the white GSM notebook. That means that more clarity, more smooth writing, and other things. It could also try to encourage its current customer to buy more by demonstrating the benefits of using their notebooks as they are more environmental friendly. It could also try to attract competitors' customers if it noticed major weaknesses in their products or marketing programmers. That means that you are also studying the competitors' marketing strategy, and if there are any loopholes, you may use that loophole to your own advantage. Finally, coming to the point where company could try to convince non-users of white GSM paper notebook to start using them. And how can Classmate use a market development strategy? Firstly, it might try to identify potential user group in the current sales area. If it has been selling its notebook to consumer market, then it might go after office or factory markets. Secondly, it might seek additional distribution channel by adding mass merchandising or online channels, or where they can sell their notebooks online. Thirdly, the company might sell in new location in its home country or abroad. That is it for this video. We'll be continuing this particular topic in the next video. Thank you.